Welcome back to the Workbench After Hours podcast. My name is Keith, and I'm your host. This is where we talk about the firearms community, shop talk, and everyday life experiences. Welcome back to the Workbench After Hours podcast. We have Chris and Hunter back with us today. No more wives. So we're going back to our normal co-hosts, so no more wives. That's done for right now. My wife might join a time or two, but I think that was the last time that we're going to have them do their own podcast. Maybe.
Why is that?
We'll see.
Probably.
I don't know, because they were...
But hell, we need to
I guess they didn't talk too much crap on us, but...
They didn't keep it PG like we told them
I know,
to,
right?
I wasn't on it or even here when it was filmed, but Keith showed me the video as he was editing it, and Kat absolutely killed it.
Yeah, I don't...
She was a natural leader of the podcast. She kept the conversation going. She was ready to rock and roll.
Guess all that acting
Maria was
paid off.
Yeah, Maria was just trying to get your wife drugged the whole time.
And then you had to escort her to the car, help carry her there to get her home afterwards. So she nailed it when she needed to, and then...
Had fun when she did.
Yeah, had a little fun after.
Yeah, so we'll see. That was just something... I know Kat wanted to do one, so I'm like, well, for Valentine's Day, we'll let you guys do it. But yeah, we'll see how the views go.
And I think on top of that, one of my best buds, Austin, he's definitely going to be on the podcast here soon. He's really excited about it. And I was actually talking to Nathan, your brother,
Yeah,
Chris, yesterday, and he said he had no problem with being a guest on the podcast as well. So hopefully we can bring you guys a couple more guests, as we go along to help vary the conversation and
change it up a little bit.
Yeah, and give you guys a little more entertainment. So
Yeah, so all right. We always start off. What did we do in guns this week?
Well, not much. I did research on some new guns, and that's about it.
Yeah. I didn't do much. Just I did a few transfers. I didn't get a chance to make a single gun video for YouTube. No, I know. I've been busy with work. It's not been fun.
I gotta get a little freaked out because I pulled in the driveway, and I think somebody that was either driving somebody who was getting a transfer from Keith, or maybe he was just leaving. He had what I think turned out to be a beagle in the front seat, but it looked like Keith's little sweetheart Hazel, who was in the front seat. So we parked, and I had to get out of the car and walk all the way over to make sure it wasn't little Hazy getting kidnapped in the front seat.
I would have been so mad.
I honestly, well, my wife brought it up first. She's like, "Oh my God, is that Hazel in the front seat?" So I was tripping out about it a little bit. Walked over there, obviously. Well, thank God it wasn't anything, but
yeah, that would have not been cool.
The only thing I did with guns this week, and it's not really do anything, but Keith finally ordered me the new sights that I'm going to put on my Glock 17, as well as another magazine. I had 2 magazines, and then a long time ago I ordered a 33 round magazine from him, which is fun. It's fun if you're going shooting at maybe a gun range or something, but very impractical. And so for my birthday, Keith got me all these awesome home defense rounds, and so I loaded up the magazine with that. And then when we went shooting in the video you guys saw, and we talked about a couple podcasts ago, when we went shooting, I had to unload that magazine so that way I'd have 2 magazines to go shoot while we were shooting. So I asked him to get me another one so I can have one designated for the home defense rounds, and then I can have 2 for either the gun range, or if we go out shooting or whatever, whatever that is. And
you can never have too many spare magazines.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Never.
If I had my way, if I didn't have to pay for them, I'd have 50 of them.
I know. All right, Chris, so before our ice melts even more, what do we got whiskey-wise today?
Chris's birthday whiskey, by the way.
Yeah, his birthday was yesterday, so we got this for him.
1792 Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
All right.
It's a small batch.
We all gave it a try yesterday, but it wasn't a real try. We wouldn't play disc golf, and Keith gave this to him while we were playing. And after we finished our round, we all decided to take a little pull out of the bottle, but
was a little brutal.
Yeah. It was warm, and obviously you can't pick up any flavor notes or anything like that when you drink it straight out of the bottle like that.
No.
But you made it nice and warm and fuzzy inside after the disc off. You're like, okay, that feels good.
Yeah, because I was a little sweaty, and so it's starting to get a little chilly out. So I'm like, oh, that actually felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Having that.
Anything that's brown starts with W, I like.
All right, we can try this again.
And then I guess the last thing I was going to say about so Keith bought me those sights, and he was kind enough to call the local shooting range and ask what they would cost or what they would charge for them to put the sights in, and they said $30. So
can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, probably gonna have to go with that, and it'll give us a chance to not only go have them put that in, but then get another shooting day in as well. If we're there, might as well.
Oh, we got to go to the gun range and shoot? Oh, darn.
Man, let me twist my arm a little bit. Ow, ow.
Don't let Keith fool you, because I invited him to go with me with my father-in-law, and he's like, well, be careful. It's going to be super noisy, because I kept trying to get him to go. And
that was literally the day after we shot outside. I'm like, all right, well, going indoors is going to suck compared to what we just did.
Keith's old ass over here was like, well, have fun. I don't think my hearing could take it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you kept me up drinking late that night after we shot outdoors. And then you wanted to get...
I don't think I did that night.
It's if it's a weekend, he's keeping me up late drinking. He always, if he's like at his parents drinking, he'll come over and then he'll text me and be like, well, we might as well have one.
Yeah.
And then he'll come over, have 3. One, maybe go home, and then he'll be like, we might as well have another drink.
And all he has to do is say no, and he never seems to.
Well, it's alcohol. Why would you say no?
He was trying to get me to drink yesterday. I'm like, I got an early meeting tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm glad you said no, because I had to get up and go to court this morning. So
yeah.
Oh, court. Oh, God, what are you doing, man?
It was driving court. It was for a expired driver's license that got fixed, and
there you go.
Thank God it didn't cost me anything.
Thank God.
Thank God, yeah. After what I just paid to get the garage door fixed, I was shitting my pants there for a little bit going, I just had to pay this much for the garage door, and now I maybe have to pay $200-$300 more for the expired license, but thankfully it didn't cost me a dime, and I was out of there ready to rock and roll.
Heck yeah. So Super Bowl was this last Sunday.
Yep.
I wasn't into it as much as normal, obviously, because the Chiefs weren't in it, or the Patriots. I like the Patriots, and but I'm glad Matt Stafford won.
Yeah,
he was deserving of a Super Bowl after all those years with the Lions.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, this guy deserves one.
Yeah.
It was cool to see, too, that everybody, his whole career is talked about, man, this guy really does have a lot of talent. He could be really, really good, and we never got to see it while he's in Detroit. And people just honestly kind of started forgetting about him because he was locked in Detroit for so long. Switches teams. I mean, yeah, the Rams were stacked, but switches teams one season, wins a Super Bowl. All the credit to him. He was like, look, I could have been this good this whole time.
You're holding me back. Hold me back.
Yep.
And he went out and killed it.
Yeah, it was a halftime show was good.
I
really enjoyed
Hunter
that.
being the youngest one here probably doesn't know who the performers were, but they were big back in our day growing up.
Yep.
So
You're
I know it's
full,
music
I
you
don't
didn't
think
know.
you knew any of the performers.
I grew up listening to Eminem. That was back when he first coming out.
Half the time when my wife's over here playing music, even when it's 90s rap, she has to explain to Keith who these artists are.
Most of the time she's listening to newer stuff. I don't know the newer stuff.
She was listening to Twister and
some
T.I.
old, right? Yeah, Chris
I was like, come on,
here.
how do you not know this?
Mm-hmm.
50.
I don't listen to rap.
Some of the Nelly. Oh my gosh. That was my
And 50 Cent, actually, I don't think he was announced to be.
No, he wasn't. He was like a special guest.
And then he just showed up,
Yeah.
and my sister sent me this hilarious meme of it's some kid. He's really pissed off, and he's got the forehead veins going or whatever. And they just switched him upside down, and the caption said, 50 waiting for his cue to finally start rapping or whatever.
Yep.
It was very funny.
Yep. But it was, at least it wasn't a blowout, so it made the game somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't want the Bengals to win just because we should have beat them,
Yep.
2 weeks ago. So I was definitely not rooting for Joe Burrow or the Bengals for sure.
Yeah.
But
I
Were ya?
wanted them to win. Yeah.
I didn't
wanted
want.
the Rams.
I wanted an AFC team to win,
Mhm.
but I'm like, man, I'd rather see Matt Stafford win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I was happy.
Yeah, I really wanted the Rams to win also. I wanted to see Matt Stafford finally get something.
I'm not a fan of the Rams,
Yeah.
but
I just feel like Cincinnati, when's the last time they were even relevant? The 80s, maybe?
Yeah. I
And-
think this was their only shot, really, to actually do something, because I don't think it's going to happen in the near future.
what about next year?
No, they're
No?
not.
And with the Rams, flip-flopping back and forth from the different cities they've been in,
Yep.
I feel like, how do you say it? LAians or whatever, people from Los Angeles, I don't feel like they're fully invested in the
Their
Rams
teams.
because it's, it flips so much. LA Chargers, LA Rams, it's flipping
Yeah.
so much that
I think what they got most of their fan base was from all the Raiders fans, actually. Because I knew
Yeah.
a bunch of people
Yeah.
in San Diego. They were diehard Raiders fans, and majority of them switched as soon as the Rams came there. I was like, what? You guys can't keep rooting for your team because LA moves the Rams here now and they're actually decent and better than the Raiders? You're just going to jump on that bandwagon now? I was
Mhm.
like, come on.
have the Reds been relevant in baseball in any, or they've kind of been out of it for a long
Not since
time
Ken
too?
Griffey Jr., right? Didn't he
Yeah.
play with them for a little while?
For a little bit. I don't know. I don't follow much baseball anymore.
So I mean that was part of the reason. Just Cincinnati's been robbed a little bit of sports glory for a while. So that's why I wanted to root for them, and I wanted an AFC team to win, and I also wanted to kind of justify the fact that we lost to them, but they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
you know,
I
but
don't know. I think I don't think they're going to be back. I think,
I
Well-
don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Once
I think the AFC is about to be stacked.
Oh my God, yeah.
what's their main guy? Who was that? Who was that? Who was their main receiver that got hurt? What was his name? Trying to blank.
Odell
Beckham
Beckham Jr.
Yeah, as soon as he got hurt, they
And he was having a hell of a game too.
yeah, they were. And then once he got out of the game, they were struggling.
Yeah.
So it's like, man,
I like the comments that they should get rid of the turf and just go all natural.
Yeah.
Because they're saying that a lot of injuries are happening on the turf.
Mhm.
I think it'd be so much better to do all natural grass.
I was reading this other article too, talking about so many athletes are working on the muscles that accelerate them. Top speed, launch start muscles and stuff like that. But there's not a huge emphasis on the muscles that stop impact or slow you down.
Yeah.
And because so many athletes are training so hard to be explosive, but they're kind of being a little negligent on the muscles that help decelerate them, that's where, because I think it's like 80% of injuries happen on deceleration or something like that. So I think once that kind of gets implemented into the in any sport, really, hopefully that'll help turn down on injuries. But they say, like you were just talking about on the AstroTurf, because it's a little bit slicker of a surface, it's kind of dangerous to try and slow yourself down rapidly. Slow yourself down rapidly on that slick of a surface.
Yeah. I don't know. I like natural grass. I've been on a couple of those turf fields, and it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's got a little more bounce to it, but I don't know.
But look at that game we played against Denver, our last game of the season. I mean, people, that's natural grass, People were slipping out left and right. I mean, Tyreek jacked his heel up for a little bit, and there was no traction at all on the field. So.
Yeah. I think that'd be like almost leveling the playing field, though, too, for the stadiums.
if everybody had to go with one or the other.
Yeah,
Well, then you'd have to also get rid of domes then because,
that's true.
you know, if
Good,
every
because
home,
then we could maybe host a Super Bowl.
if every home game that you get is in perfect weather condition, obviously you're going to play better if every home game you get's like that. So
yeah, it's true. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of natural grass.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But I guess it's probably also a disadvantage a little bit because anytime you have to leave and go play in real harsh cold weather conditions, you're not going to be adjusted or used to that at all. I don't know. Maybe it does add a nice variety to the NFL.
Maybe. I don't know. They're supposed to go to Germany next year. I guess we'll see that.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was like, man, I don't know. Because they were doing London there for a little bit. Now Germany.
Is that about the same flight to Germany as London is?
Maybe a little bit longer, like an hour or two. But
okay,
once you're over in like Europe, you can pretty much get on a train and go anywhere.
Right.
So, but I thought it was interesting. Now they're going to Germany.
Because I know like one of the biggest complaints about that was everybody's so jet lagged and you had to spend an entire day
adjusting,
like a physical day of travel. Because, like when you travel across LA to New York or vice versa, whatever, it's 5 hours in the plane?
Yeah, roughly.
But if you're traveling all the way to Europe, that's the entire day in the plane and then trying to get over the jet lag and everything else. But I don't know. I think it's cool that they're trying to
expand,
push it off into and broaden the markets.
Hopefully they start getting other like countries involved and they start doing football, American football, and then we can start going over there.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if they do that though? All the countries that call soccer football, what are they going to call that? What are they?
I guess they got to adjust and change football to soccer.
Well, in Spanish,
Ted Lasso will be happy to call it football, or call it, football instead of just soccer.
Yeah.
So we didn't do anything. We stayed home.
That's what we did.
Just watched the game. She made some wings, I think, and about it.
Did you guys see any commercial that you specifically liked or?
Well, I'm excited for the new Jurassic Park, so I like the trailer. I like the draft ever since the first one came out. It's just been cool. So I'm like, I had no idea. So I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, we started getting our kids into it, and Mason loves Jurassic Park. He wants to watch it all the time. He's watching the Jurassic World like probably 4 times this last week.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God, I remember if I was your age, I'd be having nightmares about dinosaurs coming in my sleep and trying to eat me. And he's just fine with it. And I was like, what the freak?
Yeah. So that'll be cool to see. I did like the Cable Guy one though, with Jim Carrey bringing back the Cable Guy character. At first, I'm like, man, are they gonna? Is this a movie? Like, are they gonna redo Cable Man 2? But probably not because nobody has cable anymore.
Yeah.
And that was the same with the Austin Powers commercial.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Those movies were okay.
I liked them.
Yeah.
I loved them.
They were just
funny.
so stupid.
Gold Member was when we got home from watching the Super Bowl at my in-laws. We immediately got home and put on Gold Member.
Yeah.
Just fucking binged it.
Yeah, leave it to. They all look pretty much the same like they did. Obviously, Austin Powers has gotten older, but for the most part,
Frau, the woman who plays Frau, like the elder assistant to Dr. Evil, she was the only one where I was like, wow,
she's gotten old.
The age is really caught up to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and then, all right, sorry, last one, the new Doctor Strange movie. That new commercial looked insane.
Yeah. Oh man, Marvel.
I don't remember seeing that commercial.
It's worth looking up. It looks so. It's one of the few ones I've seen in a long time where I'm like, I have to go see that movie. It looks so good.
Yeah, I don't think I can remember the last time I went to a theater and actually watched a movie.
You know what we should go see?
Not since COVID.
Yeah,
we should go see the new Batman.
That would be probably pretty cool. I used to be a big Batman person, but I don't know. The Robert Pattinson.
How many Batmans can you actually make? Like,
I don't know.
Is the storyline all the same or no?
They're a little bit different. It's the multiverse of DC. And
through the comics, there's so many different villains that they've kind of like honed in on a villain for each series and went off that. But this one's supposed to be, well, I mean, look what they did with the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, they
You
brought them
know.
all three back from the different multiverses to
Yeah,
one. So
they turned it into an entire multiverse, and DC technically has a multiverse
Yep.
as well. So, but Robert Pattinson, I got all annoyed because he was kind of blowing off the workout regimen to become Batman.
Batman, yeah.
And Batman's a jacked, badass motherfucker,
Yeah.
right? And so I thought he's going to be this skinny, kind of wimpy guy or whatever, but he was just. I saw another interview with him later, and he was just kind of saying that just to get on people's nerves, I guess, or whatever, because there's new videos of him out where he's like fucking
Just cut
stacked,
and ripped.
yeah, ready to go. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, at least he did his job to fill
Yeah.
out for Batman. Because who wants the fucking emo skinny Batman?
Be like Batman Beyond. Might as well go to the cartoon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. Batman's always was like my favorite growing up. I think out of the DC, and then once Marvel and all that stuff came out, I like switched over to Marvel now.
Mhm.
Yeah, more of a Marvel.
Yeah.
That's I haven't seen any of the new Batman, Superman, anything. I've seen all the Marvel movies, which I like, but I don't know. There's something about the DC I just not.
I think they could have done better. They would have done better from the get go. I think it could have been successful like Marvel, because Marvel, I think they did it right. Did a timeline for Iron Man, then they did Thor,
Mhm.
Captain America, and so you grow in, and then they, let's do Avengers.
Whoever the creative was for them
Yeah,
killed it.
Killed it.
But like, Batman alone has insane story potential.
Yep.
It can go forever. And the whole Justice League thing, Aquaman, that could have been really cool.
Yep.
There's so many things, but I feel like they were trying to play catch up to Marvel the whole
Yep.
time, and so they were trying too hard, so then the movies came off kind of tacky and cheesy versus being really
Yeah.
well put together.
Because I watched Aquaman. I liked it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one, but like they didn't do Flash. They didn't do.
Mhm.
And they finally Wonder Woman. They finally did good with that, but
Only
it
because
seems
the
like
main
they're-
character's freaking hot.
Well, just
Gal
just
Gadot
like
or
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
But it feels like they were just trying to catch up to Marvel and try to mimic them now because it was so successful. Now we got to do what they're doing.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
and what they did also was on what's the TV channel?
CW.
The CW. Yeah, they wasted half of their characters
Yeah.
on the CW, so that'd be a whole recasting, whole new,
Yeah, I wish
But
they would have
spent so much
taken
on
the CW. I mean, you already had those characters. You could have put them into the movies,
into
and
the
that
movies. It would have
would
been
have
fine.
sick.
The guy who played Arrow,
Yeah,
he's a really good actor. I-
Stephen Amell.
They could have made him.
He keeps knocking his microphone down. What's going on? This has never been an issue.
Well, here's the issue.
And I need
He's
to.
actually
I
staying
get-
close
I get-
to it
I need to
now.
get that camera to focus. Maybe that's a little bit better. That one's been out of the main camera's been out of focus. It likes to focus on the microphone arm and then not
Not on you.
on me. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell from a distance, but it looks like it's.
Well, it's really Keith's fault because normally he has to put a sticky note here that says "get closer to the mic," so I have it as close as possible.
And now he's
but if I
using his
talk to my
hands and-
hands at all, I'm freaking
Wham!
knocking shit all around.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that camera. See if I bring my hand. Usually it'll focus on my face if I do that, but it's hard to tell if it's doing that. I can't. I don't know.
Did you like the Christian Bale Batmans?
Yeah, I did.
I thought, well,
I mean,
besides the
I
third
didn't like
one-
his voice sometimes in it, but
Mhm.
like the storyline and everything, I
Mhm.
thought was really good.
Well, half the reason why his voice had to be so crazy is because have you heard him speak in his native accent?
Yeah,
He's like from Wales or something.
Yeah,
and
real
he has
thick.
the thickest accent you ever heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And so when he talks, he has to like really overdo it. But
I'm Batman.
I'm not wearing hockey pads. Yeah.
I've heard anyone that plays Batman hates it because of the suit.
Yeah. That's
I bet,
what
I bet it's heavy as hell.
that's what Ben Affleck
He hated it.
told to Robert Pattinson. He said, make sure they add something in so you can take a piss while you're in the suit.
Yeah. And then Val Kilmer was Batman for one, and he hated the
Yep.
bat suit because he couldn't move in it. It's super hot. It was-
Yeah.
Who's Val Kilmer?
Seriously.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Top Gun, Iceman.
Tombstone. Oh my gosh.
If there was a cricket button right now that I could hit, there is, but I don't know if it's going to hit the recording. But Yeah.
There you go.
You don't know who Val Kilmer is.
I'm sorry, I'm 15 years younger than you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever seen the movie Top Gun?
No.
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
gosh.
How are we friends? That's like I
That's
love
one
that
of the
movie.
best movies ever.
Okay. Have you
I
seen
don't know.
Have you seen Tombstone with Kurt Russell, the guy from Twister? What's his name?
Dang it.
Oh my God, he's
Tombstone, you need to watch. That's
Yeah.
like a classic.
he plays Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
Okay, for the audience, just so everybody knows,
Oh.
when I was in elementary school, these guys would have been old enough to babysit me if that was the case.
And
If
I
I would have
would've
babysitted you, you would have watched Tombstone, dang it.
and Top
and Top Gun.
We would have given you an education.
I mean,
But
we used to watch Top Gun all the time in college.
Yeah, I think didn't he play in the one with Jack Nicholson?
Val Kilmer, I'm sure if I saw a picture of
No,
him.
that was someone else. Val Kilmer for Batman was the Mr. Freeze, I believe. So that would have been Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was
Mr. Freeze,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But Val Kilmer was the Batman in that one.
But
I
you would
don't
have no idea because he has a bat
Yeah.
mask on
If
the
you
whole
would
time.
have shown me a picture, if you show me a picture, I'm sure I would know.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see, what other movies was he in? He was in.
He was in a bunch.
God, I'm drawing a blank now. There's a documentary that he did on himself. I
Yeah,
think
'cause
on
he's-
Netflix.
Yeah, because he's now had all
Wait,
this
is this
cancer.
the guy who got paralyzed?
No,
No.
he's got like throat cancer.
That was
and
a
he actually
Superman
has, like,
guy.
Oh, who's the Superman guy that got paralyzed?
Christopher Reeves, or I believe.
All right, I want to see if my computer will let me bring up a picture.
That
of him.
fantastic South Park episode where he's drinking the what's the spinal fluid? You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
God, I can't believe you don't know Tombstone or Top Gun.
So a lot of these are when he's older, but that's him when he was younger playing Iceman,
Yep, and Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Was he in one of the Rocky movies as the Russian fighter?
No, that was someone else.
Oh, that looked like him for a second.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, all these are like old pictures of him, but there's a he played Tombstone. You got to watch, and for sure
Top Gun.
because there's a new one finally coming out. It's been delayed by like 2 years.
Yeah, keep seeing the previews. Like, come on, hurry up, come out.
Yeah,
But oh man,
have you never again?
now I'm in shock.
Top Gun's like one of the best movies ever.
That's what a lot of people join.
Man,
the
I've
Navy
heard
for.
all about it, but I just never.
Wow,
I know about.
you need to do like a
What's it?
movie
Goose?
education.
What's it? Goose?
Yeah.
and-
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not.
Maverick.
No idea.
Oh my god! All right. Hey, good thing you left your man card at home because I'd revoke it.
Whoa, whoa!
Yeah.
That's not a.
Mm.
That's like an ageism thing right there.
Top Gun's a classic, like, and Tombstone for a fact.
a classic if you're old as fuck.
Dude, no.
Tombstone did that have oh, she's married to Brad Pitt forever.
Nicole Kidman.
Angelina Jolie.
No,
No.
no.
Oh, that's Tomb Raider. Sorry, Tomb
Yeah.
Raider.
Yeah. Oh boy. No.
Oh, Tombstone. Isn't that one of the? Okay,
it's
I've
got
seen
Sam-
bits and pieces of it when the one guy's really drunk and he's.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
and he's got the tin cup and he's sitting there
Mm-hmm.
drunk as hell. That's Val
Yeah.
Kilmer.
Okay.
Doc Holliday.
He's got the mustaches kind of.
The handlebars.
Yep.
The ones that I grew that one time.
He's got Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, and I'm drawing a blank on the
Yeah.
guy from Twister.
God.
Drawing a blank on his name, but
How did they not manage to work Sam Elliott into Yellowstone?
he's in 1883.
Yep.
Oh, well, there you
Prequel
go.
of it.
I was
So
gonna
they
say
did.
because that is the perfect cowboy.
Yeah,
of all
so
time.
he's playing in the prequel of. So he's
He's the sheriff or marshal, I guess, in 1883.
no, he's the one that's leading them.
Yeah, but he's a sheriff or a marshal though
Is
in
he?
there. Yeah, because he's got a badge.
So for everybody who is wondering, I think it was 2 podcasts ago, I had recommended that I've been trying to get Keith to watch Peaky Blinders forever,
Oh,
but
here we go.
I got Chris to watch it. What does he do? Within a week, grinds through the whole thing. Awesome, amazing show. So leave a comment down below to tell Keith how much he's missing out on for not actually sticking through and watching Peaky.
So good.
It's so good.
It reminds me of
Okay,
Sons
well-
of Anarchy a lot. but back in the old days in Gangster.
I've tried
in
to
the
watch.
Yeah,
20s.
but the main character Thomas Shelby is like
Just his mannerisms.
he's that guy that you have a man crush on because he's so freaking smart. You're like, God damn, I wish I could see into the future. Not that he actually sees into the future, but he plans so diligently. It's like, wow, this guy's
his
unreal.
IQ's ridiculous.
through the roof. And
Well, maybe I'll watch it if you freaking watch Tombstone and Top Gun.
Top Gun.
All right, have you at least
all right, would you rather me watch those or Yellowstone?
Yellowstone? Did you at least watch or see Days of Thunder? Do you even know what that is?
Oh my gosh.
No idea what that
Man. I don't know if we can be
Days
friends anymore.
of Thunder.
Yes.
Seriously?
NASCAR. It's got Tom Cruise in it.
I saw Talladega
Oh my
Nights.
God.
Does that
Well,
count?
all right. So,
We got to make a list for him now. Tombstone, Top Gun, Days of Thunder.
C. Riley guy, the goofy guy, not Will Ferrell. The other guy,
Oh,
C. Riley,
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
Mhm.
So he's in Talladega Nights.
Mhm.
He's also in
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder, playing a serious role when he was younger.
Yep.
Because he used to play serious roles. So he was in
He still does a bunch of serious roles.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So he was in Days of Thunder. He did Perfect Storm. Yeah, probably.
Probably doesn't know what that is either.
Nope.
Oh, God.
Have you guys ever seen Walk Hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Story of Dewey Cox.
Yep.
All right. Well,
All right. So
I guess
this
we'll
kid.
call it even then.
Yeah.
Well, he's a kid. That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
exactly. But they're such good movies.
I know.
Of course, I can't say this because I had The Perfect Storm on VHS. Do you know what a VHS is?
Yes, I know what a VHS is. Not that.
You know what a VCR is?
You know,
I was like the first generation. So when I was in 6th grade was the first time that like the iMacs came out. The ones that were shaped like a fucking
Brick. pretty
yeah,
much.
they were massive as hell. So that was like in 6th grade for me.
So
That's when.
Do you ever remember having
That's when IM was a big thing. You know, you had your IM chat name. You used to IM.
do you ever remember having to, rewind a movie?
Oh yeah.
Remember ever having to use a floppy
I'm not-
disk?
I'm younger than you guys, and I do remember a floppy disk. Actually, I remember them because my dad had them, but I actually never
never
had to
used one.
use one for anything.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jeez, that's crazy.
I know,
Chris,
us feel
Chris, you're old.
but that's why
You're older than me.
That's why I like hanging out with you guys because I learned so much from.
Yeah, because you just turned 25 or 35, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm 25, so
Fine, then I'm 24.
Keith actually is 25.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just turned 25 every year.
Yeah, over and over and
Yeah,
over again.
exactly. I stopped counting at 25. Because once you hit 25, your insurance rates go down on their
Yeah.
cars. After that,
I don't know.
all birthdays
When
suck.
I remember turning 25, I was so bummed because I was like, man, I'm a quarter of a century old. I'm an old fart right now. And I just got bummed.
Something cool for the listeners. Keith and I actually are 3 days apart in our birthdays,
Mm-hmm.
but we're also 10 years apart. So
7, bro.
sure.
Well, maybe we are 10 or more because he doesn't know half of these good
Yeah.
movies.
I mean, we used to just binge watching those in college.
You got to understand, while you guys were enjoying these in college, well, that's probably too far ahead. But when you guys were watching that stuff in high school, I was watching Barney and shit because I was that young. So no shit, I don't understand these references.
So you watch Barney?
Did you not?
No. My sister did.
Yeah, my brothers did. I didn't.
I know you had a couple
Did it?
sisters, but
I was more about
How, is Nate the Great? How much younger is Nate
Like-
than you?
2.5, 3 years.
Okay, so he's 43 or 2 or
And
whatever.
he's like 32.
Still a solid 5 years on me.
Yeah. You're the same age as my younger brother.
Youngest brother?
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe we should start hanging out.
It's crazy.
terrible.
But I'm sure my youngest brother has seen Top Gun, Days of Thunder, and Tombstone.
Here's the other thing, too. I have an older sister who's 31, and I have a younger sister who's 27. I didn't have any older male influences in my life to show me cool shit like that.
So
My
he's
dad
probably
certainly wasn't showing me cool shit like that.
so he could probably go all through all the chick flicks back in the day.
Probably.
For sure.
We'd
I
be
can-
like, what?
I can sing along with any Britney Spears song if you want me to.
Well, so could I. But
Yeah.
only because you know,
That
as
was our
as
hot
a
girl growing up.
boom.
as a kid, you know, she was hot.
Yeah.
So of course I want to listen to her music and have stickers of
That
her and
and
posters all over my.
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah,
Genie in a bottle.
I liked Britney Spears better than Christina Aguilera.
I don't know.
So what do you guys think of the whiskey on the ice?
It's a lot
not
better.
bad.
Much better than we were taking
Yeah.
the hot pulls out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was oof.
That was rough.
It's like,
I felt so bad for
your brother did not take that well.
I felt so bad for Nate. He had it and he was like trying to get it down, and at one point he had to throw his his head back so he could get it down. I'm like, poor Nate.
Yep.
He's gonna be listening to this, be like, "Damn it, Hunter."
Sorry, Nate, if I ratted you out. But you're gonna be able to come on and be a guest and
Talk crap on Hunter.
redeem yourself.
Just be like,
Here
God, that
soon.
Hunter talks a big game on disc golf, but he is just not that good.
He just beat us all by like 20 strokes. I couldn't believe it.
No, I was just messing around because I was videotaping, so trying to get some cool footage for something else we're doing. So
And actually look out for that because there's one shot Keith had where he's putting and he's in the trees and he's holding the
Yeah.
camera while he's putting, and it's probably about a 25-foot putt, and he just freaking drills it from the trees, and I was like, damn, that's
Yeah.
so cool he got that on camera.
I just got to go through an hour of footage and try and find it. No big deal.
Nah, it's just time.
Yeah. Yeah, but the next podcast coming up, we're going to be talking about disc golf because springtime's coming and it is a popular sport now, and
Mhm.
it seems to be growing bigger and bigger
Yeah.
every year.
Well,
Good exercise too.
I mean, one of the best players in the world just signed to throw a frisbee. Just signed a 4-year, $4 million contract,
Yep.
250 guaranteed, and for some reason he took it in Bitcoin. I'd have rather just taken it in cash, but he took it in Bitcoin.
Of course,
But the
he did.
$4 million's guaranteed, it plus a disc deal on top of that. So
Yeah.
whenever they print his name on a disc, he gets a certain percentage of that. So he's gonna end up making $5-6 million off this deal, which is insane.
What's his name?
Ricky Wysocki.
He's pretty good.
And then Paul Macbeth, who
Been like the golden child of disc golf.
yeah, he's the most consistent. And what's crazy is Paul is all of like 5'6", where Ricky's like 6'4". But Paul probably can throw every bit of distance as Ricky can. And when it really comes down to its mechanics, you know, the longer your wingspan ratio is to your height, generally the longer you can throw it. But Paul is like 5'6", tiny little dude, and he can just bomb it.
Well,
But
look at
he,
Eagle McMahon. That dude, he ain't that tall either.
Yeah, he is.
He's a bomb.
No, Eagle's tall.
Is he?
Yeah,
He
he's
doesn't
like,
look like it.
He's like 6'6".
Is he really?
Yeah, and he's like a knuckle dragger. I mean, he's 6'6", and his arms
Wingspan's
hang
like-
down below his kneecaps.
I
It's
didn't think he was
crazy.
that tall because he looked. I don't know.
He's super tall. He's
Really?
super tall. Yep.
So that name you just brought up just reminded me. Today is the anniversary that Shooter McGavin dropped 4 strokes.
Today was the day.
Do you even know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Happy Gilmore.
All right.
Woo!
At least he's
Come
seen
on,
something.
man. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You seen Caddyshack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I saw a thing on Facebook where Adam Sandler, for the anniversary of that movie, posted him doing a Happy Gilmore shot in golf. It was awesome.
How'd he do?
He said it sounded like he crushed it, and he said he crushed it. So, but he was instead of a hockey stick, he was using
Actual.
a big driver, and
You know, Sandler's a hell of a basketball player.
That's what I hear.
that's all he does.
Have you seen it?
Playing like NBA players and stuff.
Yeah, I've
They're
seen
saying
him
he could
just
probably
freaking
play
ball up. I don't think he can play in the NBA, but I think he's
G League. I bet.
He's short
I
and
think,
old.
I think just like, you know, if he goes anywhere random where there's a high level,
Well, he's always playing.
high level pickup
What's
game
that
going
beach
on.
out there in California? He's always out there playing.
Mhm.
Venice.
Maybe Venice Beach. He's always out there balling.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
That's what my wife and I just recently watched Longest Yard. And you know that scene where he has to play basketball
Yep.
to try and get the black players to come play
Yep.
with him.
Michael Irvin.
But a lot of that wasn't forced or faked or whatever because he just is a baller. He could just straight up get after it.
He probably doesn't know that that's not the original Longest
Probably
Yard.
not.
Well, shit. I mean, they had, what's his name? Yeah, Burt Reynolds
Yeah, he
was in it anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was in the original one.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I brought his name up.
Saved himself.
Yep.
Man, I still can't get over. I'm gonna have to come over and we're gonna watch Top Gun or something.
All right. I can't believe you just haven't shown it to me already.
Jeez. I thought everybody's seen it.
Exactly. I don't know if you could stream it on anything right now or not. Probably not.
You might be on like Netflix, maybe.
Or Amazon.
know.
I don't know.
Or
I don't
Amazon, yeah. It used to be on TV all the time
Yeah.
for movies.
But yeah, so one cool thing Hunter should be excited about, I'm pretty excited for him, is he got a pretty cool gift from his father-in-law for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We may have talked about this on the podcast a little bit before, but I'll send Keith a picture where I have the position finalized so he can just throw it on some B-roll. But he got me a tool chest, but it's not just the lower or the upper half. He got me the whole combo, the lower and the upper half, and it's a Craftsman, super nice. And when my wife's cousin and her fiance bought their new house, they renovated it, and in the ceiling in the main living room they had these big railroad ties running across the top, and when they renovated they were getting rid of all of them, and I was like, seems like such valuable wood. I just want to take them. And so I took them and I was stacking them in the garage and I was taking up a bunch of room. Well, I finally moved them, so now I can get the tool chest in position and everything. And of course, I got Keith. He's an expert on it, and he's able to show me everything I need to do with it.
I know. I'm excited to get your garage workshop.
Whooped in the shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I'll take some pictures too, so Keith, maybe for the next podcast or whatever, but so that Keith can post them up. But he and I spent, I don't know, better part of 5 hours one day building these workbenches. Keith's got OCD, so he got
Oh,
he got
lost his microphone again.
He got them completely squared off, and he got them built so tight. And
Here, I'll put you on mute for a second. You got to get that fixed.
Almost sounded like a Glock before you oiled it up.
I don't know what's going on.
I think it just got loose.
Here, you're gonna have to unplug your mic and then do
anyways,
something.
I'll just hold it for now. But anyways, for the rest of the story, Keith helped me build these really durable, really well put together workbenches. And now that I've got the tool chest and everything's going along with it really nice, we'll have to do maybe a little video tour or something like that to kind of show what I have. Because Keith, if you haven't seen it, by the way, check out his YouTube channel. Same as it's Boomstick Tactical channel, but
same channel.
He did his little garage tour that he has, because Keith's got one of the coolest garages ever. But he's helping me get mine on the way as well, and so maybe we can get some B-roll or something like that to show you guys.
Yeah, he's finally got a man's toolbox, and now that he's a homeowner, he's going to start collecting these tools for all these house projects that he has to do and
Fill it up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's he's on the struggle bus today.
I'm going to make as much noise as possible in this podcast.
Man,
one of those days.
he keeps dropping the mic, and then
That's not my fault.
you didn't have that trouble last time.
You bought this equipment. Why is it falling apart on me?
Operator error.
Exactly.
Maybe. But I also get in
Shouldn't be
trouble if I don't have a
swinging
close
your
enough to my
arms
mouth.
around.
So how? So
Stock out here.
I gotta find the difference between how
Yep.
close I can have it versus when I'm gonna
Well,
fuck it around.
That's what I noticed when your wife or Kat and Marie were
Good cover there.
That was
we're
a
doing
thought.
when our wives were doing their podcast. I set Kat up with this one, and like I'm like, you have to stay close to the microphone, and she did a good job
Yeah.
talking directly. And I'm like, Marie, on the other hand,
Had her face sideways. the entire
had it
time.
way because she doesn't touch anything, so she's afraid to move the microphone. So I set it up thinking that she was going to move it in front of her face when she
Nope.
sat down, and she didn't. So in the original audio, she sounds way quieter than Kat does. So luckily for YouTube, I was able to separate the audio and get hers up. I
Boosted.
don't think I was able to do that in Spotify or just like the other platforms. So unfortunately, if you listen to that on Spotify, Marie's a little quieter, but on YouTube, got it boosted up a little bit. But oh my God. Yeah, I don't know if we're
Chris, do you have anything new coming up or anything fun to share?
Not really. Like, haven't been really doing anything. I did a little bit of research on a couple of new guns.
yeah, like what?
What was it? The Springfield SA-35. It's coming out. It's supposed to be like the P-35, which I did a little research.
BA 35.
Yeah, or is it the SA? Because the original one was.
My notes up here says the Springfield BA 35 high power.
Is it the BA? Because I know they had a P-35 back in
That's
the
not the one you sent to me to look up, is it?
But yeah, hold on, I'll figure it out. I was looking it up.
We can't use our phones because Hunter and I's phones are being used as cameras right now.
SA-35. So
So maybe
So
mine.
did I have
Typo.
it right? I might have typed it wrong.
Maybe mine's the one that's.
When I was making the notes for this podcast, Hunter and I had a
Yeah.
couple whiskeys or more.
finger fucked it a little bit and
Yeah.
put it wrong.
Oops.
Yeah, so
Okay,
it's
my
an
bad.
SA-35
Yeah, you're
review.
right.
So
Okay.
it's based off a classic P-35, and I didn't know this. The 1911, it was a World War II gun, and this P-35, this is the new version of it. It was before War II. It has been out for years, I guess, but it's just more modernized. And they went through and changed some things, but I do not like the look of it. I
No,
think
really?
the 1911 looks so much better. Like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
And
I
it
mean-
just
Wait, so it's a mimic of the 1911?
no, it's a
but not-
P-35.
no, it's completely different.
But
I don't
it's
know.
a hammer gun, but I
It-
just don't like the look of it. It looks too bulky.
I'll throw some B-roll
Yeah.
in here, but it's a high power, so it's a completely different than a 1911, so a whole different model.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
I don't know.
it's because right now classic guns are becoming more and more popular, so a lot of companies are bringing back
Yeah.
those. So
the older guns.
So high power is actually Browning high power is actually going to possibly start doing theirs
Yeah.
now that Springfield came out with a new version of it. So it's just
yeah.
again it's just cool because a lot more people are getting into guns and
Yeah, I think the 1911 looks so much better than that though. Still.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even, I don't know. I just like the 1911 way.
Is
it looks.
They just look cool.
is that a 45? What caliber is that?
They said 9mm. I think they'll probably make several.
Okay.
Dang it, now I lost what I was doing. But
Now, when
Yeah.
they make a gun in different calibers or different ammunition size, do they?
There you go.
I know, but I can't touch it again.
If you talking your mic sideways, it's not going to pick you up very well.
does that make a differentiation in how many bullets
yeah,
that the magazine can
Yep.
can
Yeah.
hold if they go?
because you
between
got to think the
different ones?
9mm is like this, and then like the 45 is bigger.
Right, but
so-
they don't make the same gun just
No.
bigger or smaller. They just
It's
they just
usually
have to
different.
reduce the ammo size.
Well, that and the magazine, the barrel is going to be different. So
Mm.
unless it's a modular frame like your SIGs, then you can just change the magazine and your barrel pretty much. And
Oh,
then
really?
on the SIGs you can. That's how they
So if I
are.
wanted to make my SIG a 45, I could just change the barrel and
The barrel and then buy the magazine and make sure because a lot of those frames are all the same. Because on the SIGs, the actual trigger assembly comes out.
Mhm.
And that's also the only thing that serializes the whole trigger assembly when you pull it out. So, and you just they had kits. I know when I had my old P250 9mm, I could buy a modular kit. It was like $450, and it came with your magazine, the barrel, and the different frame. And then you just pop out your trigger assembly, drop it in, and then there you go. You got a 45. So,
hell yeah.
I mean, that's one thing nice about some of the SIGs, but
Yeah, and they just came out with the P210.
yeah, the P210, I was looking at that. It's a 9mm. It's more concealed carry, it looks like, and they got G10 grips, which I don't know what really that means, but
They're just cooler looking grips.
yeah, but I don't like the way it looks either.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like, I don't know, the P320 looks better than the 210, but I know a lot of people are like, I guess they said they wanted it to come out this gun like 2 or 3 years ago, so people have been like just waiting, and it never came out. And now they're finally releasing it. And like everyone's like, "Oh, thank God, I've been waiting on it." It's like,
is it hammer fired or striker fired?
I think it, if I remember right, it's a hammer fire.
Is it?
If I looked at it,
Our Glocks striker fired.
yeah,
Yep. So if it's hammer fired, you'll have a hammer. You'll see.
Yeah, if you physical
yeah,
hammer to
yeah.
protect. Okay.
So yeah, but most Glocks, Springfields, most Smith and Wesson
yeah,
are striker.
because they change.
Okay, that just fires a little tiny piston.
Yeah, it's a
into the-
hammer.
into
Yes.
the-
Yeah. So basically, just yeah.
Yeah, it's a hammer gun.
Is it okay?
Yeah. But it also has, I think the new one also comes with their SIGs night sights too with it. But
Which is nice.
yeah, I like having night sights.
I don't know. SIGs are okay to me.
I bought one because I was like, I didn't want to buy a Glock. So I bought a SIG, and I already sold it. I didn't like the hammer.
I was talking to Bryant earlier today, and I said Keith had bought me the new sights for my Glock, but he didn't have the tool to do it, so I had to take it to Centerfire to have them do it or whatever. And he was like, "Well, I bought new custom stuff for all my SIGs, and I was able to do it all myself without special tools or whatever." Is that true? Or is he just making shit
Did
up?
he ever replace any of the sights on his?
Yeah, 'cause
That's what he
usually-
said. That's what he said. So
Unless he has the tools to do the sights,
he does not have the. If anything, he's got.
or he bought it already with it on there.
Well, that's what I asked him.
Yeah.
I said, "Did you have something to replace it?" He said, "Yeah, I replaced
Yeah.
the sights myself." So
Well, some of them, I know, on some of them they're just a screw and they just slide right off. But if they're don't have a screw or set screws, sometimes they have to be pressed off. So that might have been the case with that. He just had a screw, but that, I don't know. You could probably get crazy with it, and then you got to go and verify that hey, this is aligned right, or I need to move it or shift it for your accuracy.
really quick before I forget,
Is your
Keith.
microphone on? Because you sound really quiet to me.
can you not hear me anymore?
All right, that's better. He's just not talking to the microphone.
Yeah.
All right, really quick before I forget, when are we going to get the new badass Boomstick shirts that are coming out?
Here's the thing about that. I got to find somebody that's going to give me a good deal on shirts. I know in order to get the best deal, you have to order in bulk. Trying to figure out what sizes to buy that are going to sell is really difficult. Because I did that once and kind of got screwed. the one person that we hired did a print and it did not look good at all. And I was stuck with $500 worth of shirts that were not very good quality. And most of them were, larges, mediums. We did have some bigger sizes and those sold out really quick. So now I'm stuck with like
Them
the smaller
fat
stuff.
boys wanted
Yeah.
the shirts, huh?
Yeah. So I want to find somebody that's going to print it right and at a decent cost.
Yeah.
Like these shirts that I'm wearing now, I like the way they print the logos, but the shirt itself,
The material.
the color fades like crazy. Like
Yeah.
you wash it a couple times and it's not.
What sucks for me is I've got two of them. One of them I've tried to not wear or wash at all, but the one that I've worn several times
Yeah.
that I've washed a bunch, the lettering is starting to peel
Peel.
off.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't. So now I'm trying to save it for when I really need to wear it. Like if we go to a gun show or, if it's a big podcast or something like that, then I'll.
Yeah. So I need to
Because
figure that out.
I can't wait till you guys get to see
the new design.
the new design. It is so badass.
Yeah.
It is so awesome.
I think I wore one in a podcast maybe
I think so, you
3
did.
ago,
Yeah.
but
It's so cool. It's so
What you
nice.
could do is that could be your merch line, like the ones that you don't like or screw up. Try to sell it for merchandise for the business.
right. Yeah. Because you can actually sell merch through YouTube.
Yeah.
And I would love to do that. I just got to figure out because it's not a cheap investment. And
Yeah.
I wish you could do it to where you could just do it by an order.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, hey, I have an order for this. Go ahead, whoever it
Here's-
is, print one out. And
Because I was looking at like other ways to make money, and there was like you can go and design T-shirts, and then put those designs up on like Amazon and a couple other platforms, and people could buy it, and you get a portion of that money, and then you might want to try to look maybe into that if you want to do that.
Amazon doesn't like gun stuff.
No, but
And Keith's wife, who commissioned the new
design.
design for everything, even though I'm not actually Keith's partner in any of this, I've been butting heads with her because the way she wants to be done and the way I want it to be done, I don't know. You've got a lot of shit going on right now. How you're actually gonna produce it?
Yeah. So yeah, do we put just that on the front, or do we put that on the back? Maybe a small logo.
I think it just says Boomstick Tactical right here, like over the left back, and then
The
one of
graphic on the back.
badass girls on the back. I think that
Yeah.
I think that looks the
Yeah.
best. But Marie wants it on front and back.
But yeah, I had some people, the same ones that did this shirt with a different shirt, which I like the shirt material that they went with, but when they did that design, that whole thing, it was just one big print,
Yeah.
and it feels very, I don't know, like plastic or vinyl or something on the shirt. Whereas this moves around and is fine,
Breeze a little
but
bit.
it was like you could tell it was just something that was ironed onto a shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
So I gotta
And if
find.
you're like outside moving or anything,
Mhm.
that sweat would like just suction cup
Yeah.
it to you.
Yeah. So I got, whenever I get some time, figure that out.
Bunker branding. Go through demo.
Go through what?
Demolition Ranch. He's got his own printing facility down there.
I would love I love the grunt style shirts.
Yeah.
So I would love if they could print them, but I'm sure they'll make it to where I can't make too much profit off of
Yeah.
those.
I'll have to look up that stuff because I remember I was looking at it for like extra income. This kid would show like, go make all these designs and you could sell it and you'll just get random money throughout and it just keeps coming because people buy that design and then it goes. You're not actually physically making it. Another company's doing it for you and selling it when you put it on like all these other platforms and stuff.
Mhm.
But you could put it on Amazon and all that and link all your stuff. And this kid was designing like a T-shirt a day, and he said he had like 365 different designs by the time he was done. And he was just constantly bringing in money because people would buy that one design and that one thing, and he didn't have to keep major bulk. It just make the shirt when people ordered it.
Mm-hmm.
They make it, ship it out.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the cool things about both the designs that Marie got for Keith, I think both of them are phenomenal.
Yep.
So he can have two different iterations of of his brand, but also to help build the brand, they're like super recognizable. I just think overall, however you decide to do it, I think it's going to really help build the brand and make it look really nice.
Yep. I should have gone to school for marketing.
Yeah, you can do it online and learn it. There's so much information on YouTube on different people and how they market things, and
Yeah, that's true.
that's how I learn a lot of things. I just watch different YouTube videos if I'm interested.
Yeah.
It just snowball effect.
Yep. So I've learned everything I know how to do with YouTube and a podcast.
Yeah.
With YouTube videos and a podcast is watching other YouTube videos, and because there's channels dedicated to just
to helping you grow.
Yeah, how to run that. And now my wife is actually serious about doing her cooking channel. So the other night I created her artwork for her, got her set up. I got her an intro made for her video, so when she does it,
And by the way, the intro is amazing.
it's
It
cool
looks
and
so
it's
good.
simple. It's simple and quick.
It's simple, it's quick, but it's clean and just everything looks good.
Yep.
Kiss. Just remember that.
And
Yeah.
be looking out for it, guys. If you guys have any interest in learning how to cook or new recipes or anything like that, his wife, she makes just phenomenal food. So
And her channel is going to be geared towards like not complicated stuff, like stuff for that's
Like gourmet
her,
cooking.
her
and all that.
tagline is real good, real simple.
if you can find it, if it's a typical item that you have in the pantry,
Mhm.
she's going to be able to help you make something delicious with that.
Yeah, because that's one thing that she's really good at is I'm looking in the pantry. I'm like, we have literally nothing here to make. And then she's like,
What are you talking about?
give me a little bit. And then she somehow makes this dinner out of what I assume is nothing in the pantry. So that's what her main goal is just to work with what you got, really.
Yep.
And they're not going to be, she might do some complex ones, but most of it is going to be pretty simple stuff that you can make with what you have. And she's got a bunch of recipes she's working on a cookbook for. So we just have to
and I may sound
hit record.
And I may sound full of hot air, but the amount of times that she's made extra of whatever she just threw together in the kitchen that she's brought over to me, my wife next door, and been like, here, I had extra, blah, blah, blah. And then me and my wife fight over who gets to eat it for lunch the next day. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what ingredient she's given. Somehow she always makes it so delicious.
Yep. That's
Lucky
why I'm
man over here.
That's why I'm not 150 pounds anymore. But
Oh, yeah. How are those push-ups going for you?
oh, great. I push myself out of bed every morning.
Rolling and pushing aren't the same thing.
Yeah, like if I'm like, and it happened to me last night. If I am on my stomach,
You gotta push yourself
my
up.
arms go like
Numb.
numb. So yeah, trying to push yourself out of bed like that is
Yeah.
very difficult, and especially when you have a dog laying on you, and you're all yeah, it's miserable. But yeah, I push myself out of bed every morning. But I think that's all we had on the agenda today that I can see, except for you were supposed to talk about the Springfield Hellion, but he didn't do any research
Oh,
on
yeah.
the
I did
Hellion.
zero research. And I was trying to look it up right before we started the podcast, and Keith's like,
I took his phone away.
give me your phone. We need it for the third.
Yep.
I guess
Yep.
that could be the next one then.
Yep. So the main camera you're looking at now is a Sony ZV-E10. That's my phone. And then that's Hunter's phone.
And by the way, once we got the Sony CVE10, once we figured out how to keep it from overheating, it's been one of the best cameras we've ever
Yeah.
used.
It doesn't overheat anymore, and it's nice. It doesn't shut off. And
Yeah.
you have to
Like,
edit
crap.
something
And
out.
don't get us wrong, it wasn't overheating because of the product. It was overheating because of user error.
Yep.
So,
I had it set on a high setting, basically. It's a very sensitive setting, basically. Now it's set on standard. So, and I think now that it's just streaming, it's not actually recording on the Sony.
Yeah.
It
Helps it a little bit
helps
too.
a little bit, yeah. So because we're actually using Ecamm Live
Yeah.
to record on the computer, so I can do the stream deck and do all the different camera angles. The only bad thing about that is because we're using the Rode Procaster, is the audio is off initially. So in editing, I have to sync up the audio, which sucks. But I do like the multiple camera angles.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just adds something
Keep
different.
playing.
Yeah. So I'm learning, still learning. But
Well, as always, guys, thank you for watching the podcast After Hours.
watching or
Workbench
listening.
After Hours. And we have been trying a new setup with the desk and the camera angles, the three cameras. So if you
Yeah.
have any comments or suggestions about that, please let us know down below.
One comment is going to be, Hunter, make sure your mic is secured before you start the podcast.
And,
Or don't use your hands when you're talking.
and watch Top Gun.
Top Gun, Tombstone.
Also, if you guys feel like it, you should give Chris a little happy birthday comment down in the comment section. But
Yep, 42. You only hit it
Oh,
once.
shit. You wish. You're
if
older than
there's
me.
seriously, if there's anything you want us to talk about or any suggestions or anything at all, please feel free to leave it down in the comment section. We appreciate all the feedback that you guys can possibly give us.
Yep.
And
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button so you can be notified when we come out with videos, more podcast videos, and then also other stuff. I've been doing some tech reviews. I got a tech review playlist where I'm doing different microphones that we use on here. I'm going to do some of the other stuff that we use, just kind of so people know what we're using if they want to start a podcast. But then I'm also going to keep doing gun stuff. So I got some video ideas. I just got to find time to do it. But when I do find time to do those and get those put together, you'll be notified when those come out on YouTube. But if you're listening to this on Spotify or any other streaming platform,
Platforms.
Audio only, hit that follow button. And you'll be notified when we come out with you. And again, we're trying to be consistent with every Friday coming out with one of these. So luckily we've been able to do it, and we've gone past that 7 7th episode mark, because there's all those statistics where if you can get to 7 and you're good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people stop at 7 and just that's when they kind of lose interest and all that, or they can't find the time. So luckily this is episode 10, so I think we're doing pretty good. We'll see what happens come summer, but yeah. But we'll
I
have
don't
more
know.
daylight.
I feel like we'll be able to keep cranking them out in the summer. And then also, I know I said leave a comment for everything else, but please leave a comment to encourage Keith to try and do 1 push-up a day. If he can just do 1 push-up a day, it'd make all of our lives
I do
better.
1 push-up a day. Like I said, it's pushing myself out of bed. I mean, it counts, right?
Yeah, sure. That counts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait till I beat him at disc golf this year. He's gonna be
You
so
better hope
mad.
he breaks his arm and he has to go like left-handed.
I could beat him. I'm gonna be able to beat him right-handed.
All right, and everybody wish Chris a happy birthday.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I know we've gone a little long on this one, but yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Just bye.
Should have said ring my
I can't
tickle my bell.
I can't.